May Lord Buddha bless you all. Today I am going to present a way to live in this mundane world with the wisdom. We all have heard about the suffering. What is the suffering? Actually, it is the dukkha in Pali. We can give several names in English to introduce the suffering. What are those? The suffering, the sickness, injury, and the mental pain. These are some words which can be used to introduce the dukkha. In Buddhism, Lord Buddha has preached more about dukkha. That's why Lord Buddha has named dukkha as the first noble truth. So, as Buddhist, we should understand dukkha very well. Well, so how can we understand this dukkha or suffering? We have discussed that all the things that we associate are volitions or samskara. The quality of the volitions or samskara is the impermanence quality. Actually, the qualities which were born as the results or effects of the reasons are the volitions or samskara. So, we have discussed that all the volitions are born with reasons and they are ceased with the cessation of the reasons. So, you can realize that all the volitions are not permanent. So, what are the volitions that we associate? All the material things, all the people, all the equipment, and usually all the things around us are volitions and are born with the birth of the reasons. And exactly they will cease with the cessation of the reasons. So, our mother, our father, our brother, our sister, our child, our wife, our husband, our house, our phones, all of these things possess that impermanence quality. I think that idea is clear to you. Well, though those all volitions which we associate own impermanence quality, actually we think all of them are permanent. You don't accept this idea as I said. You think about yourself. Let's take an example. Please remember your mother. Okay. When you think about your mother, you believe she is at home. Yes, she is alive. I met her yesterday also. I talked with her. Tomorrow I will go to meet her. I can talk with her tomorrow also. This is our thinking pattern. Yes, this is the way we think. That means, though my mother is not permanent, we will not believe it. I will explain it furthermore. My mother is only a name that we gave to a collection of 5 aggregates. That's why I address one woman as my mother, but you will not address her as your mother. You address another woman as your mother. If the word my mother is a permanent one, can it be changed? It cannot be. So we should understand that my mother or father or all these are only names which were given by us according to the relativity. I think you can understand this matter well. So, my mother is only a name and we address a collection of 5 aggregates as my mother. And that 5 aggregates are also results or effects of the reasons. Those are born with the birth of the reasons and those are ceased with the cessation of the reasons. Okay, so they are not permanent, they are impermanent. But we have imagined that my mother is permanent. That is the wrong view that we have. We have this wrong view regarding all the volitions or samskara that we associate. So, first of all, we should try to understand that these volitions are not permanent, they are impermanent. We should try to replace the wrong view that we have with the right view. The wrong view we have is that we think all the volitions we associate are permanent. But the right view is all the volitions we associate are not permanent. They are impermanent. So, first of all, we should convert our wrong view to the right view. In this diagram also, you can see these are the 6 objects we associate daily. The color object, the sound object, the smell, the taste, the touch, and the mental object. The real quality of these 6 objects is the impermanence quality. You think a minute. You see the color from your eye. You hear the sound from your ear. You feel the smell from your nose. You taste with your tongue. You feel the touch with your body. You think about the mental objects with your mind. So, this is the way that we live. This is our life. We get these 6 objects from our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. So, the real quality of these objects is the impermanence quality. But normally, we think these 6 objects are permanent. But the real quality of these objects is the impermanence. But we think they are permanent. That is our wrong view. With this wrong view, we are going to associate these 6 objects. That's why we have to suffer a lot. So, we should try to realize the real quality of these objects, the real impermanence quality of these objects. We should convert our wrong view that we have as these objects are permanent to the right view. The right view means that we know the impermanence quality or the real quality of these objects, but we associate these things with the right view. Lord Buddha has explained that if something is impermanent, it will exactly belong to suffering. Lord Buddha has explained the suffering with 3 types. Dukkha dukkha, or the normal suffering related to the body. Viparinama dukkha, mental pain. Samskara dukkha, or the deep suffering. So, what does the dukkha dukkha mean? I will explain it. We all know we have got a resultant body. Our body is a resultant body. That means we have got this body as a result of the past karma or deeds which were done by us. All the feelings which we feel via our body are results of the previous deeds. So, as human beings, we all have resultant bodies, and we all have to suffer from dukkha dukkha as it comes as a result of the previous deeds. So, the bodily diseases such as headaches, earaches, toothaches belong to the dukkha dukkha. As we possess 5 aggregates which we gained as a result or effect, we should suffer from this until the death when we consider our present life. So, what does the Viparinama dukkha mean? Actually, Viparinama dukkha is the mental pain we suffer. I will ask a question. Why do we suffer from the mental pain? What is the reason for the mental pains? Think a minute. I explained that all the things we associate are the volitions or samskara. They are always changing. They are changing moment by moment. But we have a wrong view that those volitions or samskara that we associate are not impermanent. We think they are permanent. We have a wrong view like that. So we associate impermanent things, people, with the idea that they will not change or that they are permanent. But the reality is they are not permanent. They are always changing. So, though we think they are permanent, they behave according to their natural qualities. Naturally, they possess the impermanence quality. So, they behave according to that quality. Therefore, while we are associating the volitions or samskara, they will change according to a way that we are never expected. So that cause to make a big sorrow or big mental pain within us. We suffer as they didn't behave according to our thoughts. Though we think they behave according to the way what we want, they behave according to their natural qualities. They got changed. So, because of the impermanence quality of the volitions, the viparinama dukkha or the mental pain comes. So, if we can change our view, if we can understand all the things and people we associate as the volitions or samskara, and if we could change our view to the right view, if we could think that all the volitions will not behave according to our wish, and if we could understand that all the volitions are impermanent, and if we could understand the change they face moment by moment, and if we could understand them as effects of the reasons, we will not suffer from any mental pain. We will be able to stop the viparinama dukkha. So, the viparinama dukkha or the mental pain is not a resultant pain. We can control it. We have to understand the wrong view that we have, and we have to see all the samskara or all the things we associate as impermanent things. Then we will be able to release from the viparinama dukkha at least to some extent. And the third type is the samskara dukkha. It is the deep suffering. It is not a resultant or a mental pain. All the mundane qualities possess an ability to make a suffering. That means all the samskara or all the mundane things have an ability to give suffering or dukkha to us one day. It is very deep. We can't see it or we can't feel it, but all the volitions own such a quality. That is known as samskara dukkha. So, if you understood this samskara dukkha, one day you will bless with the supreme nibbana. But it is not too easy to understand the samskara dukkha. It should be understood with the wisdom. We should try to understand the samskara dukkha step by step. First of all, we should try to change our wrong view that all the things we associate are permanent. Though we don't always think that they are permanent, we have such a view. We have such a thinking pattern. Please try to understand it. And then, when you associate the world, when you associate people and things, always try to remember that These things are volitions or samskar, and they are not permanent. All of these things have an ability to give suffering to me. All of these volitions belong to the dukkha or suffering. Then you will not get them as permanent things. Then you will be able to release from the mental pain or from the viparinama dukkha. Not only that, one day you will be able to understand the samskara dukkha also. Then you will be able to release from the whole dukkha. But don't stop the association that you have with the volitions. You associate them with the wisdom. Then you will be able to obtain Supreme Nibbana one day. Lord Buddha has described 12 modes of suffering also. Let's discuss them later. Now you memorize this always. When you associating this mundane world, see all the things as volitions and see all of them as a suffering. Think that they all have an ability to make a sorrow. So think that they all belong to the dukkha. Always memorize the impermanence quality of them. With this wisdom, associate the whole mundane world. One day you will be able to exceed this mundane world and understand the supreme supermundane Nibbana. May the Triple Gem bless you all.